who you are, what you want, and taking steps toward doing better for you. Your opportunities to bring more money in will increase as well, because the universe will see it. You get surprised. Handle just like losing my emotional stability in that way. Hello, Aquarius. Let's get a pulse on what to expect for the next 6 months, because it's already halfway through 2021. It's about summer solstice right now in the northern hemisphere. And what do you have to expect? What do you have to keep in mind for the next 6 months? Well, the theme that I pulled up for the next 6 months is all about judgment and the Knight of Cups in reverse. The judgment is like, hey, you are who you surround yourself with. And if you're feeling overwhelmed and exhausted and out of sorts with having control over your own life, then this is you pivoting to take a lot more time just for yourself to recalibrate who you are, what you want, and taking steps toward doing better for you. And that might mean taking time out from socializing. That might mean taking time out from doing things for other people so much. But that's okay. This is a really important thing for Aquarius to be able to do on a regular basis, is kind of check out, pull back, do things on their own for a little while. Especially when they start feeling like their life is not what they wanted it to be, right? To embrace and what to leave behind for the next 6 months. For what to embrace, we got the Four of Swords, which is all about it being okay for you to rest, recuperate, take some time out for reevaluating your path ahead. So if it's in the upright, we're looking at it like this guy's in the middle of a battle. He's still got his swords. He's still working on stuff, but he's taking a little break just to reinvigorate himself after a big battle. So I see you feeling kind of guilty about that, but it has to be done. Your guides are telling you that. The universe is like, yeah, it's time to take a little time out. Time to take a pause for yourself. Behind. Leaving the Three of Pentacles is all about working with other people to create something. You're leaving behind the idea that you have any kind of obligation to these other people at all. If what they're doing isn't serving your higher purpose, it might be serving their higher purpose, but you don't have to be a part of that necessarily if it's not working for you. Relationships should always bring you joy. And if you have any relationships that are not bringing you joy anymore, it's okay to release them and let them go. It's okay to make space for better relationships. It's okay to make space for you. So you're leaving behind any kind of guilt that you might have had about releasing connections with people that it's just not working anymore. Potential challenges that might arise in the next 6 months as we're going forward. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So we got a couple different scenarios playing out. Let's go with the first cluster that I got. And we've got the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords in reverse, and we've got the Two of Swords. We've got a few nines that are coming up. So 9 is your magic number. In the next 6 months, you're making significant changes in your life. But there will be times when that is really scary, because you're going out of your comfort zone. You're going away from the status quo. And so you don't know what to expect. You're going away from the known. You're like, did I do the right thing? Did I do the wrong thing? I don't know. The universe is like, yeah, you did the right thing. It just, sometimes it can be a little challenging. The more you question whether or not you're on the right path, the harder it gets. Ask your guides to give you the universe source, your higher self, whoever it is that's guiding you, your guiding force that you resonate with, to give you some kind of sign that you're on the right track, to help give you reinforcements. As you're getting really, really worried, make sure you do a prayer or ask for help, ask for guidance on what direction to take next. As you're being like, I don't know, should I go this way? Should I go that way? Make sure and ask for some kind of guidance. You will be inspired by joy. When the idea comes into your head, whoever it is that provides it to you, when the idea comes into your head, when it brings you a sense of joy, of love, excitement, pleasurable excitement, you know it's the right message. Another set of challenges that might come up, we've got another 9 here, and this is the 9 of not being quite satisfied, feeling overwhelmed with the Seven of Cups, feeling overwhelmed with what you could possibly be doing. This is something, 6 months is a long time. These are some things that might be coming up as well. It's like I have all of these choices of everything that I could be doing with myself, or what I should be doing with myself, and I don't know which direction to go. But it's just like this mystery dissatisfaction. I don't feel like I'm being fulfilled. I don't feel like I'm doing enough. It is the universe inspiring you. That does mean that you're on the right track. Now, when you're doing your meditations and prayers and you're asking for guidance and inspiration, something like an idea comes into your head and you're like, I don't know, this is the idea right here. I don't know how to get to it. So allow yourself to just have the feeling of excitement and anticipation, even though you don't know how it's going to work out yet. But it is okay to have that itchy feeling too. That's the universe working through you, saying, time to do something new. Watch out for something new. Watch out for something new. Okay, finally, for the last challenge that we have coming up, we got the Page of Pentacles coming up in reverse. So like this is you being an apprentice, but not necessarily an apprentice at work as much as you are an apprentice in day-to-day social interactions. You've been feeling a little bit shaky for a while. We talked about this earlier in the reading, about how you're not feeling quite ready to engage with other people and you want to take space for yourself. That's okay. But it is important to continue to take baby steps toward learning how to interact in a healthy way with other people. But it is important for you to continue to be this apprentice under the tutelage of a master in learning how to interact with people in a healthy way. Keep up the good work, because you can't cut yourself off from other people forever. It is imperative for humans to interact with each other. It's part of our growth. You can't be the hermit staying in your cave because you don't want to have to draw boundaries, right? Okay, regarding your economic abundance, what kinds of messages does the tarot have for you for the next 6 months? How to increase your wealth, how to increase your abundance. That's an issue that everybody wants to know about, right? 4 cards that came up. We got the 8 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, the Emperor, and the 7 of Wands. It's saying like you got this issue with not feeling like you can, you just need to know the rules. You just need to know the rules of money, the way that money works. And let me just give them to you. All right, I'm going to hold these cards up and tell you about it. This is how you build wealth. You pick a direction according to, remember when you're doing your prayer meditations, please give me the direction to go forward, right? Please give me the inspiration on what to do next. So you have your inspiration. You know what to do. Okay, you've taken the guidance and you've stepped forward. Then you're making a commitment to diligently show up to that thing on a regular basis, right? Every day, or 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, whatever it is. You make a commitment to show up to that thing on a regular basis, and then you get your paychecks, right? You take your paychecks, and you're not waffling back and forth, right? You're making a clear decision. You're making a clear commitment to show up to that all the time. You're going to put 30% of your paycheck into something else. 70% goes towards paying your bills. Make sure you put your bills on auto pay, so they're just done. You don't even have to think about it. You're not thinking about the scarcity. You just know that it's taken care of, right? So here's what you do with the other 30%, and this is what creates stability and consistency. So 10% goes to investment, 10% goes to fund just for you to play with, because our reptilian minds need to see something good out of all this work stuff, right? And then 10% goes to charity to help other people. The consistency of doing this every time you get your paycheck. I do mine every month because I'm self-employed. The consistency of doing this on a regular basis shows the universe that you're ready for more. Like I treat my money with respect, therefore I'm ready for more. Consistency is what matters. It increases your wealth exponentially when you're consistently putting in a certain amount, no matter how small. You have to start somewhere, and then you build from there. Not only will your investments increase, your opportunities to bring more money in will increase as well, because the universe will see it. You get surprised. It's really awesome thing how it works out. So those are the rules. Implement that in the next 6 months, okay? You're going to see some major improvements in your whole situation. Regarding love, you could be coming from all sorts of scenarios. Excuse me, coffee. You could be in a committed relationship right now and you just need some advice on going forward. You could be a single person that's looking for a relationship, or you could be perfectly happy being single. I'm just going to start general, and then I'm going to narrow it down from there, and we'll see what resonates with you, right? So, first of all, what I've got here is I've got the Page of Pentacles came up again. Look at that. Remember we were talking about challenges that are coming up, and it has to do with being nervous about your interpersonal relationships, right? About being able to create healthy boundaries and communicate in a loving way, about being able to show up for your partner in the way that you want to. And we talked about how as an apprentice you can learn so much from other people, that you don't have to be alone, that you can practice little baby steps at a time to become a master eventually, right? But you may not feel ready, right? Even though you want it, even though you want to connect with other people, you may feel really wary and shaky on your feet. That's okay. Give yourself time and space. You don't have to be a complete social butterfly. You don't have to be you don't have to be out there in the dating pool just because you'd like to be dating. Doesn't mean you have to be out there all the way. You can take it a little bit at a time. Just start by just having conversations with people, right? So that's generally, we're like, let's take baby steps to improve the way that we connect with other people. Now for singles, I could see that you're a little bit traumatized still. We got that 5 of Wands and the Tower energy that talks about stuff that happened in the past and how it's still replaying in your mind what ends up happening in relationships. Even though you'd like to have a relationship, you're like, yeah, I'm not sure that I could handle going through that again, because it's like when we're remembering our relationships of the past, we don't remember the good times. We only remember how it all went down at the end, right? And that's what sticks out in our heads. And we're like, and Aquarius, I feel like you're saying, I don't think I could handle that kind of emotional destruction again. I don't think I could handle just like losing my emotional stability in that way. And it's okay for you to feel that way. Over time, with patience and healing, over time you will become more and more ready. But you're taking those baby steps, remember, toward learning how to attract people into your life that you don't have to go through this with. Attract people in your life that can communicate in a healthy way with you. Over time, you're going to be attracting that. And just be patient. For couples, I got the 10 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, and the Sun here. And I do love that the Sun is closing things out. It's a positive note, even though things are not always easy. In the end, if we're patient with each other, we can learn to grow together. It's not always easy. Hardships happen, right? There are times when we want to take some time for ourselves. I wrote a little something out for you. I think it'd be best if I just go ahead, because I took a second to just really meditate on it, and I thought, I need to write this down. Okay, you ready? It says, things aren't happy, sunshiny, perfect all the time in committed relationships. In fact, there'll be plenty of times when we'll wonder why people want to be in relationships at all, right? Considering the sacrifices that you have to make in terms of not doing whatever you want whenever you want, having to share resources, having to be around them when you would prefer to be alone. You have to constantly contribute something for the relationship, which can be exhausting when you can barely look after yourself, right? Still, you were gifted this connection because the universe deemed that you were ready for it. So take a deep breath, receive, and be grateful for this gift. It is a gift of reflection with others so that you can grow emotionally, and the gift of support, and it is also the gift of support when you're feeling low. the next 6 months will be a time of feeling gratitude for one of the few relationships that you can always count on. I love that ending, don't you? I'm going to leave it there. Okay. I'm going to close out the reading, and just some final notes. In the description box below this video, go on down. You'll find a link to my Instagram. You can follow me there and see what I'm doing on a daily basis. And also there is a email address that you can go to if you'd like a private consultation. I do private readings. I have weekend slots if you're interested. And just send me an email. We'll start a conversation on how I can serve you. And finally, I do accept tips for these readings. There's a link in the description box below if you loved it so much, if it meant so much to you. And I would love it if you just give me that kind of positive feedback. So with that, I love you. Make sure and subscribe so you can be in the loop for your next reading. I'll see you later, Aquarius.